What's up, guys? Welcome back to another slice of John's life. I'm John Huynh, and today we're gonna be talking more Disney merch. So today we got a bunch of Tsum Tsums that I haven't talked about yet on the channel, as well as a couple of new keychain plushes I recently bought, and some arcade Tsum Tsum charms that I also bought recently. And all of this stuff will be purchased from Mercari. I haven't been buying that much stuff outside Mercari, like on eBay or other websites, just because Mercari's been having a lot of really unique items that I personally want to collect, so no brainer. So today let's go ahead and start off with Tsum Tsums. I'm going to go ahead and talk about my only Japanese exclusive one, which will be the Pluto in a sushi form, and this is going to be the salmon roll, which is Ikura. So this is Pluto in his Ikura sushi form. Check that out, look how cute that is. And he's got his tags. Okay, so if you guys don't know, Japan released a lineup called sushi. So they had like Mickey in his tamago, which is egg, sweet egg, and I believe there was also other ones. I forgot, it was like Chip and Dale. I don't know what they were specifically dish-wise, but there was probably about like 6 to 8 characters, and I managed to get a nice good old Pluto. And then also Baymax is in his EB sushi, which is a sweet shrimp. So actually one of the girls who live here in the Bay Area also has a Baymax in his EB form. I need to message her because I definitely do want to collect that Baymax in his little shrimp costume. So yeah, and then this I got from Chowsy Bungalow on Mercari. So she's a pretty big seller, and then she packaged this in a Gudetama Ziploc bag because her profile picture is of Gudetama, so I'm guessing she's a really big avid fan of Gudetama. And then she gave me some stationery stuff. I got this little cute little poo, and then his arms wrapped, and you can actually uncage it, but I'm not going to. And then I have a couple of Mickey with like a seashell design. So I'm guessing these are just like a little sticky notes, or they're not sticky, but they're little notes that you can write on, I guess. I don't know what else they would be used for. Okay, and then next we have a lot that I purchased a while ago. This is before I went for LA, and I had it, but then I forgot that it was in my room. It was in this big box in a Ziploc bag, and I totally forgot to do an unboxing or a haul of it, and now we're gonna be doing it today. So we're gonna go ahead and start off with the first theme, which is Up. I just recently rewatched Up at home maybe a week ago. I think I watched it last weekend, and I forgot how cute and sad that movie is. And I just love the story of, you know, following Carl and his journey with the scout Russell. There you go. Sorry, I have really bad memory. But I also forgot that while they were at Paradise Falls, they ran into Kevin, the big mysterious bird that the hunter or explorer, I forgot what his name was, the explorer who spent like his entire life trying to chase down. And yeah, let's go ahead and start off with Kevin first. So check it out. How cute is that? And you know, in the movie, he's really, or she is really colorful. She's a really colorful bird, but didn't translate super duper well on Tsum Tsums, unfortunately, but I still think it was really cute nonetheless. The entire reason why I bought this lot at all was because I actually wanted Kevin and Doug, the dog. So that's why I bought this whole lot. It was pretty cheap. I think I got the whole lot for like $35 or something like that, and it was like 17 Tsum Tsums, so you know, it was well worth it. And then next we have Doug in his cone of shame. Check that out. There's also a regular Doug, which I also want to collect too, but I haven't been able to find one. And then we have good old Carl right here. Check him out in his little, you know, smirk. Not the happiest dude. And then his little cane is on the side of his shirt. How cute is that? And then we have Russell. Cute little Russell. And it just makes me so happy that he's Asian, you know? Just a random Asian kid in the movie. But yeah, okay. And they all have their original paper tags, so they're still considered brand new. So that's cool. Next up, we're gonna talk about Moana. So why not start with Moana herself? Here we go. And then her thick hair. And she has a necklace underneath. There you go, as you can see. It's pretty rare to have some kind of design or art or printing underneath the belly. So once in a while, you'll get a Tsum Tsum with a printing under there. And it's really a nice surprise. Like, let me see. Yeah, so Russell doesn't have anything. Carl doesn't. Doug doesn't. And Kevin doesn't. See? So Moana does. Next, we're going to move on to Pua the pig. Check that out. Back. And then the belly, which has nothing. So, I don't know how many of you guys are a huge fan of Moana, but I never really watched the whole thing. I watched maybe the first 20 minutes of it, and I never really got into it. I'm not sure why. Maybe I just need to give it a chance and sit there and watch the whole thing in one sitting. And then next we have Hey Hey, the crazy chicken with the crazy eyes. Or I guess he's considered a rooster if it's a male. Okay, and then his belly. Okay, and then the three of them have all of their paper tags, original paper tags as well. And then next, we're going to be going over to Finding Dory. So we're going to start off with baby Dory here. And she is actually pretty small. So definitely a size a little smaller than the other counterparts. Not as stuffed, I'd guess you say. And then we have Destiny with her left eye winking. And I believe Destiny is like a whale shark. And then we have the regular Destiny with no winking eyes. The belly. Little tail. And then we have Bailey, the beluga whale, with a giant head. Got the tail. And we got the belly. And then we have Charlie. So I haven't watched Finding Dory in quite some time, and I had no idea who Charlie was. I had to look up a guide for all the characters from the Finding Dory Tsum Tsum collection. And that's his belly. When I was little, I really loved Finding Dory. Finding Nemo. Finding Nemo was my most watched Pixar Disney movie of all times. So when I was little, I was so fascinated with the ocean, and I just loved Finding Nemo. I would rewatch that movie like at least once every other day, if not once a day. So I was so ecstatic when Finding Dory came out, and I had to watch it. But it's been quite some time. I think I've only watched Finding Dory one time since it's released. I probably should watch it a second time. And then speaking of Finding Nemo, we're going over to Finding Nemo, and I have only one character that's Finding Nemo, and that's going to be Darla, the dentist's niece. So with her iconic brace face, and she was notorious for killing goldfish by shaking the bag. There you go. And then, last but not least for Tsum Tsums tonight, we have Monsters Inc. And then we're gonna go ahead and start with Roz. I'm watching you, Wazowski. The crazy hair. And she's actually quite soft. I like that. And her belly. Okay. And then, of course, we gotta have Mike Wazowski in there too. And then, you know, he's actually a lot longer. He's not the ball like in the movie. It's like a log. But that's how Tsum Tsum is supposed to be. And then, last but not least, we have Boo, the kid that somehow made it to the monsters world. And then she's the only one with her paper tags. And then this is actually really cool because someone actually bought this at Disneyland or Walt Disney World, I believe. Yeah, Disneyland. So this is actually from Disneyland Hong Kong, it says. So this is actually really cool, and it has the pink on it too, which is how Disney categorizes the prices. Instead of putting a number price tag on everything, they label everything by color, so that way people have a legend to read, and then it'll tell them how much it costs for all pink items. So this is actually really cool. I didn't even know this was from Hong Kong. That's really cool. So we actually have another international Tsum Tsum. So yeah, like I said, I bought this lot of 17 figures, and I specifically bought it just for the Doug and the Kevin Tsum Tsum figure. But you know, I am a huge fan of Monsters Inc. as well, and of course Finding Dory. I not a huge fan of Moana too much, but I do like Hey Hey with his crazy eyes. I think it's really cute. But yeah, that's gonna be it for Tsum Tsums tonight. We're gonna be going, actually, we do have a little bit more Tsum Tsum stuff, but it's not the traditional stuff, and we're gonna go ahead and get into that. So this is another lineup of Tsum Tsums called Tsum Tsum's Konami arcade games. So if you guys were not aware, because there was only 5 round ones in the entire United States that had this arcade machine, and inside round 1 they had this arcade machine called the Tsum Tsum arcade game. And it's basically just like a Bejeweled, where you have to match up all the different, all the same colors. So instead of colors, it'd be same Tsum Tsum characters. So the more chains you have, the more points you get. The more points you get, the more experience you get to level up your characters. And in this game, what made this game unique is that when you play the game, you can scan 2 of these figurines. So these look like your old traditional phone charms from the 90s or early 2000s. You guys remember these traditional phone charms where every kid had phone charms, and there would be a loop on in your phone or on your phone case where you can loop this in. So that's kind of reminds me of that kind of era. And so this is Minnie, and then as you can see, there's like a chip inside or something like that, so that when you're at the arcade, you can actually put her on this little circular pedestal on the arcade machine, and it'll scan her, and it'll keep track of her experience. And every character has different power-ups that you can use in the game to help you score more points. So we have Minnie, and this one's going to be in her original form. And then I also have another Minnie, but it's going to be with her eyes closed, and it's going to be here pretty much like sleeping. Okay. So, well, this ball is a little different. I'm not sure how to open this one. Okay. It looked like a twisty, but you just gotta put pressure on it. So that's interesting. So it seems like 2 of these balls have the popping off, and then 2 of them have like a little clip. So that's really interesting. And then here we have Minnie in her sleeping form. As you guys can see right here. Let me see. There you go. So yeah, so my thought process on getting these is to put them on my backpack as little charms, or anywhere I can loop them in. Not so much for the purpose of the arcade game, because most of those arcade machines are pretty much discontinued now. I'm fortunate enough to have a Tsum Tsum arcade machine near my round 1, and this is the only one in the entire Northern California, and I believe there's 1 or 2 round 1s in Southern California has it, but they don't restock any more of the figurines, so you cannot collect any more of the figurines for their game. The game is still operating, but you cannot get any more new characters. So they said it's been discontinued. So now I'm just gonna repurpose these guys into little cute charms that I'm gonna dangle off my backpack or something like that. So that's gonna be the minis. And then next, I also have some Mickeys. Okay, these out of the way. And then now I know how to get this out faster. Yeah, okay. And now we have our Mickey right here. So as you guys can see, get him straight. So you can see right here, this is Mickey. And I love the little plastic zoom tabs. It's really cute. Okay, so this is gonna be him with his right eye winking. I'll show you guys one more time up close, and then make sure that it's focused. So yeah, it looks exactly like those early 90s or late 90s to early 2000 phone charms that we used to have. I used to have a couple of those on my phone too. So that's the only reason why I got them, because I want to dangle them. Okay, one more. Then I hate these cases that they're in. It's so hard to pop out. Okay, and then the last one we have is just Mickey wincing. He's got like a little wincing face on it. It's really cute. So yeah, check that out. So yeah, now we're officially done with the Tsum Tsum collection. Yeah, so these are made out of like plastic. They're they're quite well built. I wouldn't say they feel flimsy or anything like that. So really cool. And I got them on my car from this guy. I think it's called Pumpkin Boutique. He doesn't have that much Disney stuff. He has a couple more of these charms, but I didn't like the character, so I didn't get them. Okay, so now we're gonna be ending off the video with one more categories of plush, which is my keychain plush. Now these have these little hooks that you can, pop open like a keychain. And these are from Shanghai, I believe, or Hong Kong, one of those countries. So this is called the Potdemiel. So this is the brand, as you can see right here. And I have 5 characters today. So this seller on Mercari had only these 5 characters for this particular series of plushies that I want to collect. And I'll show you guys all in my hand right now before I do individuals. So give me 1 second. Trying to catch them all. Quite hard because keychains aren't too long and then they're really bulky. So this right here is the it's from Potdemiel. So that's the company, I believe that's called, that collaborated with Disney for this particular plush. And once we move the tag, it says here that they're called Disney Baby. And there's also a seal here, or a sticker, to prove that it is an authentic lineup. So I don't know if you guys can see that. So Disney Baby, so it's called Disney Baby. And then you guys can see that there is a little sticker there that's kind of like a foil sticker. I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but that's really nice. So let's go ahead and talk about it. So this is gonna be Daisy. As you can see, it's like a little chubby little Daisy here. And they're really quite soft and really high quality stuff. And yeah, that's gonna be Daisy. And then next, we gotta have her partner in crime, good old Donald here. So check that out. He's got like little feet under there, and then the back. Sorry. There you go. And the back. And then we got good old Minnie right here. Check that out. Okay, and then we got Mickey. And they just got the cutest expressions ever. I really love the design on these guys, and I think these are really cute to have to dangle. Yeah. And then last but not least, we have Winnie the Pooh. Okay, there you go. So I did a little bit of research on this brand called Potdemiel, and they're actually known for all different types of plushes. The first thing I saw when I went through the website earlier was that they have like a bunch of food items too, like in a very similar style of this chibi emoji kind of thing going on, and it's actually pretty cute. Other than that, I don't really have that much details on other things than that. And I don't know if they still release Disney or do Disney collaborations anymore. But yeah, this is a really nice find. I got this off of a seller called Mimi Mouse Boutique on Mercari. Very highly rated seller. I think this person has like over 2,000 sales, and they've only been selling since 2020, so pretty recent. And yeah, they definitely have a quite unique store. They sell a bunch of different ears, a bunch of different plushies, and all sorts of stuff, backpacks, you name it. And I believe all of them, if not most of them, are from overseas. So either, like I said, from Shanghai or Hong Kong Disneyland stores. So quite unique find, and she has really reasonable prices on there too. She listed these guys for $15 each, and I was able to bundle them all for a total of like $12 each at the end, and shipping was only like $5 because I bundled them all. So definitely pretty good for overseas items, because you know, I spoke in other videos before about how resellers usually jack up the price, and it's usually pretty expensive to get Disney product from another country, especially if it's like Japan. So far, Shanghai and Hong Kong Disney products have been pretty easily to obtain for a reasonable price compared to Japan. But you know, can't knock Japan too much because they are still actively releasing a lot of really nice merch, and everybody in Japan knows that people from other side of the country definitely wants to get their hands on it. So you know, they doing what they gotta do is jacking the price, and obviously someone's buying it. So oh yeah, and then also another thing I forgot to include while I was talking about the Potdemiel keychain plushes is that seller Mimi Mouse Boutique also sent me a freebie, and it's a Winnie the Pooh lanyard. How cute that is, guys. That's so cute. Like, I've mentioned this so many times, but ever since I started using Mercari, it's just been a blast like collecting anything Disney merch, because literally 90% of the times when I buy something, people give me something for free, whether it's a free extra Tsum Tsum, free lanyard, free stickers, free note. It's just such an amazing community. Like, I highly recommend anybody who's out there who's looking to get into collecting Disney merchandise and you guys don't know where to start, avoid eBay, use Mercari, because it's such a nice community so far. Like, I've met a ton of sellers by now. I've even gotten to getting their personal information. We text each other every now and then, and it's just really nice, you know, like just sharing the vibe. It's like a vibe being in the Disney community. Definitely a lot more fun being in the Disney community than food community or even my old Lego community. So far, Disney community, the best vibe. Like, really enjoy it. I really love getting to talk to these people about our obsession for Disney. So it's gonna be it for my Disney haul for this week. I have a couple of other Tsum Tsums on their way, but not that many. I just recently bought 4 more characters. It's a 100 Acre Friends Bumblebee costume, so you'll see that when that arrives. Other than that, I don't really have plans on getting much more Disney merch at the moment, just because finances are pretty tight right now. I mentioned before there was this girl who I bought my Mulan set from. Her name is Kim, and she was willing to send me a couple of characters from Monsters Inc. She said she wanted to send them to me for free as long as I pay for shipping, so we will go ahead and talk to her about that and see if I can get Boo in her costume, her disguise, because that's actually one of the characters I really want from Monsters Inc. is Boo in her monsters disguise, because I think it's really, really cute. And then she also had like Randall and I believe another Roz as well, so we will see from there. But that's gonna be it for this video. I hope you guys really enjoyed, and thank you so much for sticking with me and watching all my Disney content, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. John Huynh out. Bye.